How's it going, boys and girls? My name is Michael SK, and welcome to Memento of Spring. So this is a visual novel that has not come out as of when this video has been uploaded. I got my hands on a copy of this early to show you guys what this is about. This is an indie visual novel. I don't think I've really played a straight up, like a real indie visual novel, like from a studio that is starting pretty much with this, or I assume they are. But the point is, this is as indie as I believe it would get, unless my definition of indie is completely messed up. But someone over at Bright Onion Studios, people who made this, contacted me and they asked if I'd like to play and record a bit of this, and I was like, hell yeah. So I'm not being paid for this. This is all my choice to record this and upload it for you guys. This is so you guys could see if this cheerful visual novel is for you. As it comes out January 8th or 9th, I've already forgot, even so I just looked, January 8th or 9th, 2018, you guys can pick it up. I mean, this is a cheerful, nice, happy visual novel that I think would be best to, you know, kick off 2018. That's why I'm uploading it first thing 2018. This is as cheerful as things get. So let's jump into it. I've spent like 10 minutes trying to do an intro. I just keep on failing. Also, I'm like mildly sick, so if I die midway through, I'm sorry, but let's get into it. And like I said, this is as indie as I think it gets. So either my definition is wrong, or it's really as indie as it gets. But I'm looking forward to it. So far, I'm excited. I knew a girl whose duty was to smother every shop window with the misfortune of exhibiting sweets on the other side. Like a brave heroine, flinging herself against the prisons which caged her dearest comrades, she attacked first with her palms and secondly with her drool. That's how I look at food. A waft of cinnamon, a dollop of buttercream, a smattering of cherries. No. Dustings of icing sugar, a sprinkling of chocolate flakes. No. Whirls of rhubarb jam. We're leaving. Just a little closer, and sweet divinity will all be mine. Listen, I just bought you that dress. It was very expensive. Please don't try to make it explode. Ah, fuck. Alright. Come on, we're leaving. Huh? But I've already decided. Decided? Decided on what? On which one I want, of course. But it sort of looks like you're staring at, well, everything. I see this character is very relatable to everyone. That's right. I want everything. Does that mean starting with the windows first? Stop drooling all over it. You're frightening the customers inside. I can almost taste it. Ah, she's got that ability that lets you taste things, even so there's something between. What am I saying? Juliane, if you went in and managed to devour everything in there, you wouldn't be able to exit through the same door anymore. Challenge accepted! Hell yeah, boys. Ugh. I believe that's our main character, by the way, Juliane. She had hair the color of daisies, a smile as bright as summer mornings, and a laugh as sweet as tinkling chimes. Yep. Pretty sure that is our main character. And, of course I noticed the cat ears right off the bat. I actually didn't know that was involved here. So good. It's like happiness is melting in my mouth. Hey, Emily, try some, try some. It's super tasty. Of course it is. It was paid using my... I see her face was stuffed with food. Well, what'd you think? Is she like, I don't know if you can really call that Western. Does she have that accent, I guess you could say? Well, I think it tastes better if I was allowed to chew first. Always smiling. Always laughing. She was a girl whose optimism could sweep away the bad times like a flowing river. Getting a lot of white here. I mean, the character design is very nice. I was about to say it's as indie as it gets again, but like they did a good job. Honestly, like the art is very nice. Thanks, Emily. You're always so nice to me. Yes, I know I am. You're kind of like a big sister, you know? Big sisters wouldn't be so nice to you. I'm poor again, thanks to your sweet tooth. With any luck, you've gobbled up so much that it'll fall out by the end of the day. The end of the day? And that means we're not done yet, right? In that case, let's look through that other bakery across the road. She's got that stomach that it keeps consuming. What? You can't possibly mean you're still hungry, can you? Yep, I am. Hungry as a woodworm in front of a freshly planted tree. You have to eat an amount comparative in size to a woodworm and a tree before you're satisfied? Anyway, the answer is no. I can't buy you any more pudding. Sure you can. We have an extra stomach just for desserts. How many extra stomachs do you have inside that body of yours? Besides, it's not about how gluttonous you are. I have no money. And that's how the story ends. Goodbye, everybody. No money. None whatsoever. Look, my pockets are empty. So no more pudding for now, okay? Surely you can hold out for the rest of the day. Well, I guess. I mean, of course I can. I don't mind at all. Yeah, I'm sure that's how it is. Oh, fuck! Oh my god! You old hag! That is... I see this is a, not a childish, but a stuck-up sort of person. That is our main character. I don't know if it's a rich lifestyle sort of little girl, but I don't know. Unfortunately, such was the discord between my delusions and the real world, that even the power of my most generous dreams couldn't hold back the unstoppable force that was this girl's catastrophic personality. Ooh. Juliane. She had only one talent, and that was for the art of crudeness. You old hag. That's so mean, dude. What? Uh-oh, my screen is breaking. A being of such temperament and ruinous inflexibility that she was known far and wide by a single name. The Princess of Calamity. Juliane? Why are you saying that? I'm hungry, old hag. What? At this point, I'm gonna need a new monitor. I'm hungry. Feed me. Feed you. But, Juliane, you just ate an entire sweet shop. I'm hungry. Feed me. I can't. Feed me. Jesus Christ. Why? Why won't you feed me? I can't, Juliane. I don't have any money. Feed me. Feed. Well, rest in peace, my monitor. Up. Huh? Wake up. What? I can't understand you. I have no money. Wake up. Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening at this point. Oh, shit. Yeah, she does have an accent. Of some sort. Oi. What do you think you're doing falling asleep in the middle of the day? You have work to do. Head, pain, brain melting. Either I doze off next to a church bell, or a 12-year-old girl was trying to tell me she wanted something. Ugh. Juliane? Wait. Let me wake up first before you start demanding things. You shouldn't have to wake up at all. Why are you napping on my bed? Yes, my bed. Mine. Where am I meant to sit? Where am I meant to eat? I tried flicking my hand. It was all I could do to lift it up, and then droop it down. My face remained buried in the duvet, my legs splayed on the hard floor. There's a chair, right? That wasn't a question, it was a hint. If you want to loaf around on the clock like a ninny, that's fine. But don't do it when it's time for lunch. And so, even in the waking world, my nightmares never ended. Kind of dying here, guys, by the way. I wasn't joking about that in the beginning. Ugh. I'm so friggin' hungry right now. I was almost about to go outside. Have you looked out there? No, of course you haven't. Hey, do you know how hot it is today? If I step outside, do you know what'll happen to me? I suppose she'd start putting up a needless fuss. I'd be scorched to dust. Does my skin look like it was built to last against the sun? Does it? And if the heat doesn't get to me, or get me, then those untrained hoodlums will. I raised my head and rubbed my eyes. And it barely helped. If anything, it just made things look slightly groggier. Hoodlums? Yes, hoodlums. The moment I step outside, they'll attack me, just like they always do. I'm sorry, but I don't understand. Who are you talking about? What hoodlums? Them! The ones outside! Can't you hear them? All I could hear was the pounding of my own headache. Man, we are... I was gonna say, like, okay, I guess the main character is not us. We are, the narrator, the person that we are, what am I trying to say? The person we're following is not really the main character here. Juliane is the main character who we will follow from someone else. And whoever we are has a splitting headache for some sort of reason. All I could hear was the pounding of my own headache. That sounds terrible. Frankly, I just wanted to drift away and steal another moment of that dream, even with that horror ending. There'd been no drudgery, no manual labor, and no lunch errands to run there. Only an afternoon of confectionery shopping and Sunday tasting, which for the price of being called an old hag was quite a bit sweeter than reality. You can hear them, right? Geez, they have no respect. Even now, they're hopping in and out of the fountain like a pack of wild animals escaped from the circus. Splashing, jumping, laughing. They should be arrested for violating a public space. Juliane, are you talking about the school children? They're not children. They're tiny demons from the abyss. Some of those tiny demons were bigger than her. Instead of suggesting they be arrested, don't you want to try playing with them? Play with them? What makes you think I'd do something so horrific? Well, they seem to like you after all. Somehow. And I heard it's normal to want to make friends, or just a friend, or just experience human contact. Haha! I'd rather die choking on a shoe. That is quite specific. I'm just saying. Okay, stop. Stop right there. You're doing it again. Doing what again? You're putting me in the same age bracket as them. For the last time, don't do that. I'm above those uncivil miscreants. It's not like I was doing it to spite her, and despite how she yelled at the children every day like a grouchy old man, she was in the same age bracket as them. Juliane, you're not much older. In fact, I think at least 2 of them will be 13 before you. It might be a good idea to at least find peace and see where that leads you. No, it won't. I don't want them near me. And not their cackles, not their smirks, and certainly not their claws. Gah. Every time they see me, they pull at oh, her ears. No, I won't allow myself to dwell on it. I mustn't. Her silence was undermined by the frequency that her ears twitched. Huh. That's right. I'm above the misdoings of those devious pests. I won't allow their thoughtless time-wasting and shameless frolicking to weigh down on my genius mind. Because soon, I'll have my revenge. Those hoodlums have no idea what awaits them. Yes, that's right. Let that precious fountain they hog be the last taste of their misspent youth. Juliane, could you please not act like a villain of an injustice while plotting like a villain? I'm the one who has to apologize to the parents afterwards. Hey, just checking. But aren't you literally paid to be on my side? That's not why I'm here. Oh, right. I keep forgetting. You're not like the last one. She was a lot more agreeable. Or disagreeable, I guess. She shooed away the pests without me having to ask. And she was less jaded, too. Like a lot. Even when she called it quits. At least she did it with a smile. You always look about as happy as the last potato in the basket. Firstly, Juliane, I wouldn't know about the last one. And secondly, it's impolite to compare one person to another like that. It's impolite to be snoozing in the middle of the day. You're right. And on another person's bed, too. You're right. I'm sorry for falling asleep on top of your dinner table. Well, not that I care. But just what were you doing last night? This isn't the first time you've dropped off like this. I knew it. It was a midnight escapade, wasn't it? Are you frolicking in the small hours of the night? It's that, isn't it? What tragic train of logic immediately led her to this conclusion? Look, if you're gonna do unseemly stuff, do it after supper, but, well, before curfew. If you're not awake by the time I expect to see lunch, then I don't care which one I wake up as long as one of you knows how to make pancakes. Excuse me, young lady, but that's not what happened. I was writing, thank you. Writing letters, a considerable heap of them. Letters? What? Is that it? Seriously, you could have at least made up something interesting. And here I was, hoping that Miss Perfect Pants was finally changing her granny stripes. Yep, that's the talk of a 12-year-old, I would assume. Or at least someone young. With comments like that, actually, she knows actually some interesting vocabulary, I will admit. I've been reading some interesting words that even surprised me for a 12-year-old. With comments like that, I didn't know how I was supposed to feel. This was the first time in my life I was ever called Miss Perfect Pants, and I find it particularly insulting. Yes, Juliane, I was up all night writing correspondence. Would you happen to know why? Isn't that part of your job? My job isn't to stay up all night writing letters of apologies to the local residents. Yesterday, you broke 2 windows, 5 plant pots, 2 vases, the greater part of a What the hell? How the hell do you break the greater part of a chimney? Exactly. Because stuff. Nothing that should prevent you from sleeping and waking up on time. Your duties are to prepare lunch, dinner, and then breakfast, in that precise order. Practicing your handwriting can wait. Oh, at some point I was going to have to explain to her what my duties actually were, and then hope that she finally remembered after the upteenth time. Anyway, just bring me something to eat and I'll magnanimously let you off the hook. How the hell can a 12-year-old say that word? I can barely almost say it. But from what it seems like, this person lives a rich lifestyle, so she is not exactly selfish, but she's I guess uptight. She expects a lot. She's given a lot, and therefore she sees herself on top of everyone else, such as the children who is in the same age group as her. She sees herself as a better being. Their rich lifestyle sucks, huh? But no cheap stuff. That means everything priced vegetable and under. Really, if you're that hungry, you could always take the plummet down the road. If you ask Miss Flizzens really nicely and don't provoke her 6-month-old daughter, she said she'll make you her apple strudel. I don't want strudel. I want meat. Every time I see my pillow, I think of the feathers inside, and then all I can think about are roasted white partridges and cream sauce. This person's just... they have a problem, and it's called gluttonous hunger. I think I might need a new one soon. She was considering eating her pillow. This was bad. I'd underestimated how hungry she was. I had to pull myself up and find her nourishment as a matter of urgency. The thought of explaining to the chapel's sisters how they were 1 pillow short made me despair. Fine, I understand. But you'll have to make do with whatever I get. That includes green things, or even carrots. Haha, that's funny. I said I'm hungry, not crazy. If you want me to eat a carrot, wait until I've been drifting on a raft long enough that I can mistake it for something edible. It doesn't hurt to chew occasional vegetable, does it? It hurts my sense of taste. Come on, vegetables are great. She always managed to sound so aggrieved whenever I tried staving off her inevitable anemia. At this point, I had to wonder how much of her pale skin came down to despising sunshine or just the atrocious diet. Well, just don't go nibbling on any furniture while I'm gone. Or the curtains. We don't want any of these things. Or we don't own any of these things, remember? You don't need to tell me that. I have standards, you know. History will remember otherwise, once she becomes famous for eating the plates that food came on. Anyway, nothing green or leafy, orangey and pointy or priced vegetable and under. Nothing green or leafy, orangey and pointy or priced vegetable and under. Understood. Juliane certainly was a picky eater in her own way. She only ever wanted things that were either detrimental to her health or to our finances. Ah, what a nice clear sky. A bright and beautiful afternoon, meaning that something awful was going to happen. Yep, just gotta jinx it. It seemed that no matter how vigorously the sun forced its warmth down on the back of my neck, I could only find myself walking further and further beneath a dark cloud. I blinked, instinctively shielded my eyes, my bad, then immediately felt ashamed at how unaccustomed I now was to the world of the living. World of the living? Is this us? When did I become like this? Even vampires saw more daylight than I did. Right now, I looked as deathly white as Juliane. For all I knew, people likely thought we weren't living in the chapel. We were haunting it. I sighed, then followed it up with a yawn. Not just any yawn, but a tragic, unladylike yawn. As if the weight of the world had dropped on my head, squeezed my breath out, and then rolled off my stiff and aching shoulders. Sorry, I can't make a yawning noise right now. My throat is, like, hurting a lot. Stretching my back, I was immediately rewarded with an ever so quiet and ever so ominous crack. Sorry, guys, I'm dying. It felt like the imaginary weight pushing down on me had increased until my knees were almost buckling. I wanted to weep. Listless eyes, pale skin, creaking bones. And Mother always wondered why I never had any interesting news to share with her. Somewhere in the near distance, I could hear the sounds of laughing children encroaching on Juliane's territory. I'd need to quietly shoo them away before I headed to the market. Everyone's out playing today. If only that girl would spend more time outdoors, I wouldn't be such a hermit. Well, there was nothing more to it. It was time to get to work. Unfortunately. Ah, what a nice little village. I shook my head and shuffled past as that stall owner pitched his wares at me. For the most part, the calls of the merchants simply flew over me now. Before, I'd be so overwhelmed by the relentless attention that I'd be pushed into buying anything and everything. But now, the many sights, sounds, and aromas of this busy port had long lost their hold over me. When the only times I enjoyed the outside was to fulfill Juliane's wish for a 3-course meal to be made available at every hour of every day, even the most bustling market felt as empty to me as my daily routine. But what could I do? This was what she demanded, and thus this is what my role was. I couldn't complain that I wasn't warned repeatedly about what to expect. At least I could console myself with the fact that she never asked me to do anything criminal. As long as it was just her constant peckishness that needed attending to, I could be reduced to an errand girl and no more. Still, I at least managed to glean some valuable life skills from this inevitable role. Because of Juliane, survival on a budget was a talent I'd recently acquired. While I never once treated money with flippancy, I was rarely required to time my excursions outside to coincide with the falling price of perishable goods. Past midday was best. By then, what reminded of the day's catches were the leftovers either too small or too whiffy to appear palatable. It was all the same to Juliane, though. If it could be charred beyond recognition and poked with a stick, then she devoured it without prejudice. I buried another sigh into the ground before peering around at the food stalls. Oi! Oi, you! Girl with the shoddy armor! Oh, that is... There are no male characters in this game, I assume. I guess I shouldn't try. You look like the unhappiest person here. Seriously, what's up with the gloom oozing from you? It's so thick I can barely breathe. The only reason there aren't any gray clouds swimming above you is because you make them feel too depressed to stay. Oh god. At least try polishing your armor or something to brighten your look. Not even penniless bandits would be interested in robbing you now. All of a sudden, I was made to feel pity as someone directly behind me was being verbally harassed. Is not what was happening. Excuse me? Are you speaking to me? Yeah, you. The one with the miserable face. I don't know what's wrong, but spare a thought for the happy families enjoying the day out. They don't need to be reminded of how tragic life really is. This person's a bitch! God damn! With an outlook like that, perhaps she was the one who needed perking up. Well, whatever. I need your help. Excuse me, but I believe you would be more successful in soliciting help from strangers by going straight to asking for help and skipping the judging part. Okay, thanks. Have you seen this woman? Ah, just what I wanted. A wad of paper shoved into my face. Asking for help was certainly more aggressive these days than how I remembered it to be. A lot has changed since I last went outside. A woman. Oh. I swallowed back a choke of recognition. It was a sketched portrait of a girl. One whom I had the terrible misfortune of knowing. It's Juliane. This was awful. The only people worse than the girl in this sketch were the ones sent to give chase to her. No, wait. There was no need to panic. I simply had to put into action the contingency plan I'd prepare for this very event that our familiarity was discovered. Deny everything. So this woman, have you seen her, yes or no? What does that mean? I asked for a yes or no, not a mumble. Have you seen her? No, I have not seen her. Not today, not yesterday, and certainly not the day before that near the docks either. I do not know her, I've never dealt with her, and I reject any notion that I share any connection with her whatsoever. That sounded very suspicious, by the way. I see. I swallowed a gulp of trepidation, my bad. I'm sure she saw it as well. Well, alright then. Huh? You don't know her. Gotcha. In that case, sorry for the bother. Huh? That's it? Sure. Why wouldn't it be? Because something was clearly wrong with my counterfeit denials. Oh, right, sorry. Before I leave, here, take this. What's this, a piece of cloth? A piece of cloth. It's a handkerchief. Never seen one before? They're amazing things, you know. They can dust and wipe and do all sorts of everyday magic. I've seen handkerchiefs before, yes. May I ask why you're handing me a handkerchief? No, the question should be, why are you handing me an enchanted handkerchief? I'm sorry, I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Of course I'm being serious. I purchased it at a world-famous bazaar. The thing's worth more than the rock this town was built on. Truthfully, I want to give you a hair comb too. Your hair looks like it's trying to escape from your weird helmet, but I don't carry any around with me. Use the handkerchief next chance you get, okay? It's better than wax polish for metal armor. Bye-bye. Wait, I really don't want... I mean, that's not what I... Who are you? Thanks for the chat. Wait. Without turning her head, she disappeared into the crowd and slipped away before my hand could even reach out to stop her. I guess I'll just finish shopping. That was really random. I don't have anything to say about that. It's just really weird. I peered up at the beautiful radiant sky once more, all the while grasping the random handkerchief that a total stranger just donated me. It's gonna be one of those days. You got it. A good day, right? No, just kidding. It's always a bad day when your armor's messy and your hair is gross. But we'll stop it there. We haven't really gotten into anything, so I believe we're still like in the deep beginning of what this adventure will be. But it's supposed to be a very long game. Do not expect me to record all of this. I'm recording a few episodes to see what this is about, and I will probably just play it on my own from there. This is supposed to give you guys a peek of what this game is about, and really just to see if you guys are interested, because so far, I mean, we're still in the beginning. I have interest to figure out what the hell is even going on, who these characters are. So I want to keep going. There'll be another episode of this. We'll keep on grinding to see where things really go with this. It's interesting. I want to know what the setting is, really. I'm really confused about that, but I hope you guys are interested in this as well. They've definitely done a good job. This feels just like another normal visual novel. I really should not categorize it as something different just because it was made by a small company. I should state that it's just another visual novel that's out there, and I just happened to got my hands on it. Or a free copy of it, which is cool. By the way, thank you to Bright Onion Studios for that. It's a great opportunity to be able to record this early for everyone. And again, I hope everyone here is interested in seeing what happens next. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe for more stuff that I do, and if you guys would like to check out this game, there's a link in the description. My name is Michael SK, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.